What's up, toy fans? I'm Mugsy from Mugsy's Toy Box, and this is my toy room tour. Okay, so let's start with my top shelf of Zords. So we started with a white Tiger Zord just there. This guy's pretty neat. He's all nice and fully stickered up and everything. All nice and working. There you go. Got my Dragon Zord right there. Again, fully complete. And we've got this guy. We've got the OG Megazord right there. Riding on Titanus. Little Lord Zed. And the Alpha 5. Now this guy is humongous. He is the train Megazord. The rescue Megazord, this guy here, goes inside if you break him all down. Got one of your Ninja Zords right there. Again, he's nice and fully complete. This little bit that goes in his mouth there seems to always be missing. Found it in a random lot of weapons and plastic goodness a few weeks back. And this guy is just some random giant, meant to be remote controlled Japanese ninja toy. But yeah, don't have the remote control, but he still makes noises and moves about. And always makes me smile. So let's give him a go.
I'm the magical warrior, your friend.
Haha, right, onto the first case. Right, our first case contains more Megazords. This guy's one of the Astro Megazords. He is pretty cool. He's missing his main weapon, but he's got his shield there, and the rest of him is in really good condition. Again, he does make noises as you transform him, which I can demonstrate just by taking his head off. So there you go. You have a lift off there. Here we are. We got the Thunder Megazord in Thunder Assault Team mode here. Again, fully complete. I don't have all the crystals or the little men, but all the main pieces and everything are there. Here we go. Got another one of the Megazords, one of the least popular lines when they started doing vehicles. And then we've got a Shogun. We've got a little Lightspeed Rescue. And this is the OG Mini Megazord right there. Right, next bit of the cases. Now these guys you would have seen me unpackaging if you'd have watched my most recent video going through my Savage World collection. So that's the complete collection of those, just there. And here we've got my newest Punisher at the back there that I've not set up yet. But in front, these are Playmates Dick Tracy figures, the beginning of my Dick Tracy figure collection. So yeah, looking forward to picking up some more of those when this virus is all over and we can get some toy fairs. And just below that we've got another Megazord just there. And another Megazord just there. So that's a Toro Zord. And that is Ulrich the Destroyer, I think he's called. Either way, wicked toy. Right, case number 2. This has got my only Transformers that I own in it. So this is a Energon dark version of Unicron. Look at him, he's an absolute beast. He is mostly complete. I think I'm missing a couple of his missiles, but other than that, he all still lights up and everything. Check out this fist, look at that. Yeah. And he's got nice light up eyes when it wants to work. Oh no, I've run the batteries out. Ah, there you go. There he is. And yeah, you can't have Unicron without Cybertron right there. There you go, another wickedly huge figure. Takes up the entire section of that detail. That's how massive that is. Now, again, don't normally buy new toys, but again, these just spoke to me. So these are the Power of the Primes Dinobots, combined, should I say, into Volcanicus, I think is the correct terminology, but do tell me in the comments if I've pronounced that wrong. And then below that is the only G1 I've got. That is Galvatron G1. Not 100% complete, but I remembered having him as a child, so I had to pick him up when I found him. Right, you are, guys. So this is now moving on to my Batman collection. So up here in the top of this one is mainly all of my Kenner, Dark Knight, and Batman Returns figures. So going a little bit further there. So that's actually a bit of a lie. That is a Two-Face from the Batman Forever line. But then you've got Catwoman there, one of the variants of the Joker, many versions of the Batman there, like Arctic Batman there. Check him out. Then we've got all different versions, like Deep Sea Batman there. Now, if you can just see there, that is a custom Poison Ivy from the Batman and Robin series. Don't collect the Batman and Robin figures myself, but that is a custom made for me by Bryn at Bryn Incredible Customs. And there you go. That's the rest of those figures there. That is a Bruce Wayne to Batman clip-on outfit figure. Very cool. Right, moving down to shelf number 2. Now this is a mixture of animated Batman, DC Kenner Superpowers, and the DC Super Powers from Toy Biz. So at the back you've got, that is a Toy Biz Penguin, Toy Biz Superman, Toy Biz Two-Face, and then you've got Superpowers Lex Luthor there, a mintier than mint Superpowers Red Tornado that Ben got me from the States. Superpowers, oh, I've completely forgotten his name. Hawkman, there we go. Joker, Flash, obviously Batman and Robin right there. Bit of a Superpowers Green Lantern there. And the Superpowers version of the Penguin, which you can see is very, very similar to the Toy Biz version there. If you can tell from there, the head sculpt is different. Can you see the face? Face sculpt is different. There we go. Now, next part of the shelf, this is now all animated series Batman from 1992 onwards, I believe. So there we got all different types. Same mould, obviously. There's a Robin in there, Catwoman in there from the animated series. There we go. Little Riddler there. Now there's a Bruce Wayne's Batman figure there in yellow. Normally you have the Bruce Wayne's Batman figure there. You can just see under his armour he's got red arms rather than yellow arms. You see that? It's because the yellow armed version actually came without any of the armour, but same figure mould with one of the vehicles. But I had spare armour, so I slapped it on him. There we go, there's those. Right, and bottom shelf of these, we have more of the animated figures. Again, mostly the bad guys in here, so you got a couple of the cycles at the front, one of the Batman on the mini vehicle there. Mainly bad guys, you've got Killer Croc there, you've got Man-Bat there, Scarecrow, version of the Joker, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, and then some of the Crime Squad mini vehicle version figures. There you go, and that is case number 1. Alright guys, next case along, there's got a little bit of a mix in here. So this has got some of my mint in box Batman stuff. So we'll start with, up top we've got the Dark Knight Collection Kenner Joker Cycle, which is all in there, still in its packaging, never been put together. Very, very mint. And here we have some Toys R Us exclusive Batman figures in box. So I've got a couple there. So that's Fireball Batman there and Claw Climber. And then in the front here we have a loose version of that Joker Cycle. So the mintier the mint one is inside there, and to be fair, this one is pretty damn mint. But I have a loose version, so I can display it without having to take it out of its packaging inside. And then we've got Laser Batman on the laser cycle, I think it's called. Right you are. Next shelf down. Now this is part of my Punisher collection. So you can see there all those figures. Whole mixture and multitude, mostly Toy Biz that made these. So you've got one with jacket. That is from the Spider-Man version of the Punisher, from the Spider-Man figures. And then more of the Toy Biz versions there. Now you've all got similar moulds in the body, but slightly different face moulds that you can see there between that one and those two. Movie version there. A weird version that I don't know what it's from, but it looks cool. And that big guy in the back, he's a special mail-away version from the 90s that I managed to find. And this guy, again, I think early 2000s, big figure, wicked. Next down, we have more of the Punisher collection. Now this is on card or nearly on card, apart from that crazy Bendham version, which is just awful, but I love him. Right you are. So there is that Punisher from the Spider-Man line that I just mentioned. So if I pull that out, you can actually, I'm just going to make a mess. I'm not going to pull that out, but we'll put a picture up so you can see what the artwork is meant to look like. Thanks Ben, if you can do that. So there's another one in his plastic wrapping with all his weapons. Now this guy here is actually, again, a Punisher by Bryn Credible Customs, if you can see his logo just there, that he painstakingly made for me. So it's all custom. That's wicked, love that. Right, next down, more of the mint in seal box Toys R Us exclusive Batman from the Batman Returns line. As you can see, you've got Polar Blast there and Bowler Strike there. Again, mint in seal box, never been out. And then we got a little bit of army build from the McDonald's Batman and Catwoman figures from '93. Came with Happy Meals, a couple of Batman walkie-talkies, and this head here is the playset from Batman Forever. So yeah, that's the next one. Right guys, now we come along to the Batmobile collection. So we start off at the top here. We have the Batmobile and figure from the Batman Forever movie version of the Batmobile. Now it does have two larger fins that go in the back, but that makes him not fit on the shelf, so I've taken those out for the time being, but other than that you can see how cool that is. Just there. Now next one down. Now this is, I should say actually, that is Kenner. Most of the Batman stuff is Kenner, but this whole shelf is Toy Biz. Now from 1989, when the first main Batman movie from my childhood of Michael Keaton playing as Batman came out, this is the Toy Biz version of the Batmobile with Toy Biz Batman there, Toy Biz Robin, and then you've got Joker and Bob the Goon just there. Now, those were the only three figures, Robin not included, that were in the Toy Biz Batman movie line. The Robin technically gets included, but as he wasn't featured in any of the films, he just came out with the gold-backed DC Superpowers line that they came along with all the other DC villains. And this guy is a random custom where they've taken a Toy Biz body there, adjusted it a bit, glued up the belt, taken the edges off, and put a Kenner mould Batman head on it. So there you go, something a bit different. Coming down here, probably my favourite of all of them. This is the original animated series Batmobile with original animated series Batman. This thing is mintier than mint. I got this from Vintage Toy Monster near to where I live. Lovely, lovely condition. Really happy with that. And last but not anyway least is the Kenner Batman Returns version of the Bruce Wayne Coupe. So this thing basically turns into a version of the Batmobile. And yeah, there's the Bruce Wayne figure that exclusively came with it. You can just about tell that that's meant to be Michael Keaton. Just about. There you go. Right, the centre of the toy room is all about retro gaming actually. So here you can see I've got my Mega Drive and NES boxes just there. And if we bring yourself down here, oh, there's some Master of the Universe in quarantine before he gets let out to join his mates. So I've got my Mega Drive just there, my Nintendo there, and my favourite, the Nintendo 64, ready with a bit of Ocarina of Time in there, ready for later. But continuing with the toy front, this is also where I've got all of my bootlegs that I've picked up recently. So this is part of my no-to shelf, as you may have heard on other videos and seen on our Instagram. So yeah, that's the beginning of that. And some of you are asking how we display figures. I came across this acrylic set of steps recently, which works out really well for this kind of 5.5 inch size figure. So most figures would fit in it. You just kind of slide the feet in and the steps kind of hold them in place where they've got a little lip on the front here. So that works really well. Right, now, piece de resistance. I'm now going to be going through my M.A.S.K collection. So this is my favourite collection. So here we go. We're starting up here. This is Series 1 and Series 2. So here we've got Mat Tracker and Thunderhawk, Firecracker, Gator, and there's Condor just there. Alright, moving down. Switchblade, Mars Mayhem, and the beast that is Rhino. Some of the carded ones that I've only got 3 of these, but there you go. I've got a Venom's Revenge. That is the 2 iconic goodie and baddie right there. And then we've got a Jungle Challenge. So on this shelf we've got some bad guys here. So we've got Vampire, moving along. Bruno just there. That vehicle's called Jackhammer. That is an absolute beast. Moving on down, got some books at the back there. Probably the coolest one. That's Honda McLean with Hurricane. I think it was called Night Stalker at one point, but then they changed the name. Volcano. That one is one of the only ones to actually have batteries and have motorised in it. And a lovely little camper van just there. Flips open, plane comes out of it. That's wicked. Down here we've got a couple more. We've got Raven there, we've got Firefly there. And this guy is awesome. One of the biggest vehicles that they did. And I'll go into more detail about that in another video. So in this one we've got Series 3. This is when they all decided to race each other. So you've got Goliath there. Again, big vehicle, double figure vehicle. Mini vehicle comes off the back of that. Meteor and... oh, name escapes me. It'll come back to me in a bit, but either way. There we go. Now that is one of only 2 female characters in the M.A.S.K toy line. Vanessa Warfield, and a sports car there. That is a like a billboard, hence why it's called Billboard Blast. Pops open. It's got a little blaster inside that. And down here, now this is one of the ones I don't have a M.A.S.K for. I need to get that at some point. It's Wildcat. This little guy over here. He's got little tyres, little station. He's got Bandit and Iguana at the front, 2 little bikes. And coming at the bottom, that is a vintage puzzle right there. That is awesome because it's all complete. Now, one of the mini playsets just there. There we go. And this guy, Bulldoze, Boris Buskin. Again, another one of the bigger vehicles, but I'll go into more detail about that at another time. Right, so lastly, I have the Split Seconds line. Starting off with these guys up here. So on the right, that's Afterburner. And on the left, that's Skybolt. You can see these guys, they all came with a clone twin. You see the one that's all kind of one colour and slightly transparent, you can see on there. So yeah, so that's the same figure mould, just all done transparent. So that's meant to be their clone, because all the vehicles split off into 2. Now, next shelf down. Now, this is a mixture of the figure playsets, which you can see at the back, all our accessories and little gliders or whatever. We've got some Euro colour variants, which are like these guys here. So they were exclusively in Europe and the UK in different colours to the ones in the US. On the front line here, we've got the rarer short M.A.S.K variants of the figures that came with slightly littler M.A.S.Ks. So you can see they're all just that little bit littler than the ones later on that were released. Apart from that one, he's not a short M.A.S.K, he's just there. But that one is. Alright, next one down. Some more guys here. Now that's Wolf Beast on the right. And you've got Jackal on the left. Need his M.A.S.K still. Now I don't have these guys' vehicle. Now this is the second female character in the M.A.S.K toy line, Gloria Baker. She's on the good guys team. She's got a vehicle called Stiletto, white Lamborghini. Still need to get a hold of that. And lastly, just down here, we've got the rest of these guys. So we've got Jax LaFleur on the right. He's got a Beetle there called Detonator. You know, that little orange buggy at the back. That belongs to these two guys just here. These guys here belong to this digger looking contraption. This guy, I still need his clone. And he belongs to Fire Force right there. So there you go, guys. That is my toy room tour. Well, thanks very much, guys, for tuning into my toy room tour. If you haven't checked out Ben's toy room tour, make sure you go back and check that out as well. We'll be back soon with more details into our personal collections and updates on some of the stuff we got in stock and going through some of those collections as well. You guys have been voted online for what you like. If you're not following us, check out our Instagram and our Facebook at Bugsy's Toy Box for both. And please make sure that you take a look and subscribe and hit the bell and get all the notifications so you can see more great videos from me and Ben. So until next time, keep it unpunched.